Hi, today we are going to see about amniotic fluid. Okay, so let's see. So amniotic fluid is a clear alkaline. Okay, it is alkaline, clear alkaline, and it is slightly yellowish. Okay, it is slightly yellowish in color, and it contain within amniotic sac. Okay, so it contain within the amniotic sac. So the amniotic sac is derived from maternal circulation. Okay. So amniotic fluid is a clear alkaline and it is slightly yellowish in color. It contained within amniotic sac. Okay, amniotic fluid is contained within the amniotic sac and it is derived from the maternal circulation. Okay, so next we are going to see about functions of amniotic fluid. Okay, so let's see what are the functions of amniotic fluid. So it allows the fetus to grow. Okay, so it allows the fetus to grow and also it maintain musculoskeletal development of the fetus. Okay, musculoskeletal of the fetus, musculoskeletal development of fetus. Okay, and it equalize the pressure and also protect the fetus from injury, equalize the pressure and protect the fetus from injury. Okay, and it maintain, so the amniotic fluid maintain constant intrauterine temperature. Okay, intrauterine temperature. So during labor the amniotic fluid protects. Okay, so it protects the placenta and membrane and uterine contraction. Okay, during uterine contraction the amniotic fluid protects the placenta and membrane. Okay, during uterine contraction. So these are the functions of amniotic fluid. So next we are going to see about constituents. What are the constituents will be present in amniotic fluid? Okay, we are going to see that. So it consists of 99% of water. Okay, so and 1% of organic and inorganic products. So like organic and inorganic products. Okay, so like Vernix gaseosa and Lanago. Okay, so Vernix gaseosa is a cheesy substance that lines fetus body parts. Okay, Vernix gaseosa and also Lanago is a small hair that is present in the fetus. Okay, so these are the constituents. So next we are going to see specific gravity. Okay, so specific gravity of amniotic fluid. Okay, so specific gravity of amniotic fluid is 1.08 to 1.010. Okay, so next one is osmolality of amniotic fluid is 250 per liter. Okay, so next one is pH of amniotic fluid is 7.2 to 7.4 and it is alkaline. Okay, so next we are going to see, so if the rate of turnover of amniotic fluid is 500 ml per hour. Okay, so next in a premature rupture of membrane the pH of amniotic fluid. Okay, the pH of amniotic fluid, it helps to differentiate from vaginal discharge. Okay, vaginal discharge. So in a premature rupture of membrane the pH of amniotic fluid will helps to differentiate from the vaginal discharge. Okay, next we are going to see some tests. Okay, so first one is nitrazine paper test. Okay, so in nitrazine paper test the amniotic fluid will be blue. Okay, so it is because of the pH of amniotic fluid. Okay, so the blue color occurs because the pH is alkaline. Okay, so next test is vaginal discharge In vaginal discharge, the nitrogen paper will looks yellow color. So okay, it because of the pH of amniotic fluid is acidic. Okay, so these are the tests. Okay, so next we are going to see volume of amniotic fluid. Okay, so in a 12th week it is 50 ml. Okay, the volume of amniotic fluid is 50 ml. In 16th week the volume of amniotic fluid is 250 ml, and in 20 week it is 400 ml. Okay, and 32 week the volume of amniotic fluid is 1 liter to maximum at 32 weeks. Okay, so next one is at 36 weeks it is 900 ml. Okay, the volume is 900 ml, and in 40 weeks the volume is 800 ml. Okay, it is at term. Okay, and at 42 weeks it is 1000 ml, which means post term. Okay, so the maximum value of amniotic fluid at 32 moreover 34 weeks. Okay, more than 34 weeks. So if the pregnancy advances, okay, so if the pregnancy advances, the volume of amniotic fluid will be decreased. Okay, the volume of amniotic fluid will be decreased. So next one is period of gestation. We are going to see period of gestation and source of amniotic fluid. Okay, source of amniotic fluid. So you can see, right? So in first yearly weeks. Okay, so yearly weeks, which means first trimester. Okay, so here maternal plasma will be present. Source is maternal plasma. So second is in 12 to 20 weeks fetal skin. Okay, which is transudate. Okay, here the keratinization will start at 20 to 25 weeks. Okay, so in 12 to 20 weeks fetal skin, sources fetal skin, here transudate. In fetal skin keratinization will start at 20 to 25 weeks. Okay, so next, more than 20 weeks the sources fetal urine. Okay, so here production of urine occur at 12 week. Okay, production of fetal urine occur at 12th week of pregnancy. Okay, so next we are going to see what are the causes. Okay, sorry, colors of amniotic fluid. Okay, colors of amniotic fluid, and also doses. Okay, conditions. Okay, first here, first it is colorless. Okay, and at term it is straw color. Okay, at term the amniotic fluid is straw color. Okay, so next we are going to see colors and colors of amniotic fluid and disease condition. Okay, okay, first one is green color. Okay, so in green color it is occur due to meconium. Okay, so in fetal distress the meconium will look like a green color. Okay, so it is amniotic fluid. So in fetal distress and breech presentation and transverse lie and diphtheria infection. Okay, so in fetal distress, breech presentation, transverse lie and Listeria infection, the amniotic fluid will be in green color. Okay, so next one is golden color. In golden color, it is a bilirubin, due to bilirubin. Okay, so the golden color will appear on RH incompatibility. Okay, the amniotic fluid will look a golden color in RH incompatibility. Okay, next one is tobacco juice color. Okay, it is occur in intrauterine death. Okay, intrauterine death, it is tobacco juice color. Okay, so next is saffron or yellow color. Okay, saffron or yellow color will appear in post-dated pregnancy. Okay, post-dated pregnancy, the amniotic fluid is a saffron or yellow color. Okay, so next one is a dark color. Okay, so in a dark color, it is present in abruptio placenta. Okay, so it is present in abruptio placenta. So next we are going to see amniotic. So if the amniotic fluid is swallowed by the fetus, if the amniotic fluid is swallowed by fetus, there is no nutritive value. Okay, there is no nutritive value. It consists only 99% of water. Okay, so next we are going to see measurement. In measurement, the measurement of amniotic fluid is done by using USG. Okay, so it is divided into 4 quadrants. Okay, so here the each packet should be measured. Okay, measure each pocket. Okay, so it is called amniotic fluid index. Okay, so if the normal amniotic fluid index is 5 to 24 centimeter. Okay, if it is a less, we called as oligohydramnios. Okay, so oligohydramnios is less than 5 centimeter. Okay, in each packet it is less than 5 centimeter, we called as oligohydramnios. Okay, so we called as polyhydramnios if the pocket of amniotic fluid is more than 25 centimeter, we called as polyhydramnios. Okay, so next we are going to see most sensitive indicator. Okay, so most sensitive indicator is single vertical pocket. We are going to see single vertical pocket of pocket. Okay, so largest. Okay, so normal single vertical pocket is 2 to 8 centimeter. Okay, if it is less than 2 centimeter, we called as oligohydramnios. Okay, which is 200 ml, less than 200 ml. Normal volume is 2000 ml. Okay, 2000 ml to 200 ml to 2 liters. Okay, if it is more than 8 centimeter, we called as oligohydramnios. Okay, in volume it is more than 2 liter, we called as oligohydramnios. Okay, you understand this? So these all about amniotic fluid. Okay, so if you understand the topic, show some support to our channel. Okay, so thank you.